In the world of sales, no one cares if you're a newbie. No one waits for you to adapt. You don't have time. You don't have the privilege to make mistakes. If you don't learn fast and act faster, you'll be eliminated. Sales isn't for the ones trying it out. Sales is a battlefield. You either win or you silently watch others take the rewards. These are 9 battle-tested strategies, not sugar-coated theories, but hard-earned lessons from those who dared to fail, dared to rise, and dared to crush mediocrity. You're standing at a crossroads. Either rise above or be crushed. So what is the path of the winner? Start with the first strategy right now. Strategy 1. Accurately model what's already working. 1. Modeling what works. The shortest path to success. Success doesn't come from random creativity, but from learning proven frameworks. In any team, someone is doing it well. They leave clear footprints how they open, guide, handle objections, and close. Smart newbies shorten the learning curve by modeling. Modeling isn't blind copying, it's understanding the roots. Without modeling, you'll repeat old mistakes, wasting precious time rediscovering what others have already proven right. 2. Without the right model, you learn the wrong way and slower. If you don't model, you'll guess, mess up, fix, and mess up again. Others are setting appointments, while you're still struggling with an opening line. You think you lack charm or skill, but really, you lack a proven process. Without a solid model, you're learning the wrong way, and that slows you down. Newbies often don't lose because of talent, but because of bad strategy. Don't fail in isolation. Learn from those who've truly succeeded. 3. Action model plus select equals accelerate. Pick 1-2 top sellers. Shadow them at least twice a week. Listen to how they open, lead, handle objections. Take notes to build your own personal playbook, how to start, what questions to ask, how to close. Choose one technique to apply in your next call. After 2 weeks, you'll have your own battle manual built on proven success. Combine this with structured resources like books, videos, and advanced courses. Don't learn everything, just learn the right things to accelerate in the right direction. Learn to make friends with mistakes and turn them into your fuel for growth in the next section. Strategy 2. Dare to make mistakes to learn fast. Newbies often carry an invisible fear. What if I mess up? That fear keeps them from calling, asking, or closing. But in sales, mistakes are growth fuel, not a dead end. In fact, the sooner you act and make mistakes, the faster you progress. Real market reactions teach you more than books ever can. Mistakes are feedback, not judgment. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. And if you don't learn fast, you get left behind. Avoiding mistakes by doing nothing only drains you over time. Each day without a call or a meeting is a day lost for growth. You think you're waiting for the right moment, but really, you're postponing your development. Fearful sellers act with hesitation, and that hesitation makes everything worse. You stutter, you avoid eye contact. You fail not due to lack of skills, but due to fear of trying, failing, and learning. The solution: build a proactive mistake-making system. Each week, aim to create at least 5 valuable mistakes: a wrong tone call, a mistimed email, a rejected pitch. After each one, write down what happened, why it didn't work, how to improve. Mistakes don't set you back. Not learning from them does. And importantly, don't fail aimlessly. Fail within a sound strategy. That's the fastest way to grow. Action plan: create your own mistake tracker. Each day, write down one thing you didn't do well and one lesson learned. At the end of the week, compile them into your personal learning document. Find a teammate to share and debate mistakes with. When you're no longer ashamed to fail, you become more dangerous every week. You don't need perfection, you need progress. And once you're used to failing, daring to go big becomes the next natural step. Next, break through your mental limits and start thinking big, even if you're still new. Strategy 3. Think big from the start. Many newbies believe they must start small, easy, and low, then level up later. They assume that approaching big clients is for veterans. But the truth is, the sooner you think big, the faster you evolve. Thinking big isn't being delusional, it's declaring that you deserve a seat at the big table. When you target higher value clients, you force yourself to learn faster, speak sharper, and work more professionally. That's how you grow at triple the speed of others. If you keep aiming for small, easy clients, you fall into a loop. You work hard every day but create little value. You get exhausted managing tiny deals, leaving no room for growth. Worse yet, you start to believe you're only fit for those clients. Your mindset is limited by your safe choices. Meanwhile, some newbies land big contracts in just months, simply because they aimed higher from the beginning. That's not talent, it's vision. The solutions start approaching clients you think are above your level now. You don't need to be better, just be better prepared. Study their industry, roles, and context. Practice how to position your pitch at a strategic level. Write emails to decision makers with a value creation mindset instead of asking for a chance. One high-quality approach will teach you more than 10 random calls. Step by step, you'll build the skills to play at a higher level. And to thrive at that level, you must master the art of asking the right questions. Let's now train the supreme tool to connect and lead questioning. Strategy 4. Ask to learn. Ask to connect. Great salespeople aren't great talkers. They're great questioners. In sales, questions are not just tools to gather data, they guide the game. Every question drills into the core of the need. Newbies fear silence, so they talk too much and dilute the issue. But when you pause to ask, the customer opens up, shares, and reveals their true pain. Great sales start not with solutions, but with questions that uncover problems. If you don't ask, you guess. And guessing in sales is dangerous. You might pitch the wrong product, explain what they don't care about, or worse, try to close at the wrong time. The result: customers find you pushy, clumsy, and lose trust. Asking doesn't just help you understand them, it shows you care. People who feel heard are more open, and the open ones are the ones ready to change. If you want to be a charismatic seller, start with timely curiosity. Practical solution: master open, deep, strategic questions. Ask big picture questions. What are your current strategic priorities? Barrier questions: what's slowing the process down? Emotional questions: what frustrates you most with your current solution? Focus on the customer, not the product. Use questions like radar to pick up signals. Each week, choose one type to practice and reflect after each conversation. The better you ask, the less you pitch and the faster you close. And to close fast, you must act smart. Let's continue with building a discipline of result-driven actions, the foundation of real success. Strategy 5. Focus on actions that drive results. In sales, you don't get paid to stay busy, you get paid for outcomes. But many newbies fall into the trap of fake productivity tweaking slides, organizing data, brainstorming, checking the CRM, reading industry news, without making a single call, meeting, or closing a deal. The real issue is the failure to distinguish between revenue-generating actions and supporting activities. Top performers focus on the 20% of actions that create 80% of results. They do less, but they do it right and repeat what works consistently. The cost of uncontrolled actions is losing the ability to measure and adjust. You see poor results and ask, where did I go wrong, but have no behavioral data to analyze? Over time, you feel confused, lose confidence, and start acting on impulse. Even worse, you mistake being busy for making progress. That illusion keeps you stuck. Meanwhile, Those hitting their targets every week focus solely on actions that bring in clients. They measure, they repeat, they win. Clear solution: identify 3 to 5 core revenue-driving actions. Call prospects. Send personalized emails. Book one-on-one meetings. Make follow-up calls. Build your pipeline. Every day, make sure you hit 2-3 of these actions. This doesn't rely on mood, it requires a schedule. Block your golden hours just for revenue work. No emails, no internal meetings, no admin, only conversion. That's how you channel your energy to the right place and exceed expectations with consistency. Practical action every morning. Write down 5 revenue actions you commit to. Check off each one as you complete it. At the end of the week, review which actions did you repeat most. Your results come from there, not from ideas. When you train yourself to act like someone with targets, you stop depending on inspiration. Great salespeople don't wait for emotions to act, they generate emotions through action. And to track progress precisely, you need one golden metric number of meetings per week. Let's now set non-negotiable meeting targets, the heartbeat of your sales rhythm. Strategy 6. Weekly meeting targets. In sales, meetings are the true unit of progress. No meetings, no opportunities. No opportunities, no revenue. High performers all share one common factor. They consistently generate a high and stable number of quality meetings each week. This is a life or death metric, the heartbeat of your pipeline. Newbies often over-prepare, revise endlessly, keep learning, forgetting that nothing matters more than sitting face-to-face with decision-makers. That moment is real. It tests all your previous effort. Without a clear meet-and target, you get caught in the illusion of working hard. A week passes with dozens of emails, a few scattered calls, a couple of chats with clients, but no real appointments. Then you feel frustrated by the lack of results. You blame the market, slow replies, but the truth is, you're not controlling the input. Number of meetings is the switch that activates the whole sales engine. If you don't flip the switch, don't expect the lights to turn on. Solutions set a specific, non-negotiable weekly meeting target. That number cannot be roughly, it must be your personal KPI. If you need 5 meetings per week to hit your monthly goal, then 5 means 5, no less. If it's Friday evening and you're short, keep working until it's done. This isn't rigid discipline, it's personal accountability for your goals. Taking small targets seriously builds the foundation for big results. Action step: post your weekly meeting target in front of your desk. Set a Monday morning reminder. Have I scheduled all X meetings this week yet? Block daily time just for scheduling, confirming, and following up meetings. Every Friday night, reflect. Did I keep my promise to myself? The more you track meeting frequency, the better you control your pipeline quality. And once you've mastered the rhythm of outreach, it's time to break through the invisible rules that keep you stuck in mediocrity. Strategy 7. Break the invisible rules holding you back. There are unwritten rules silently shaping a newbie's mindset. You shouldn't call the big boss until you're better. Wait to get recognized before approaching key clients. These aren't strategic rules. They're fear-based beliefs. Fear of bothering others. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. But the truth is, those who dare to break these rules often rise the fastest. When you act like someone who belongs at the top, you get treated with equal respect. Bold moves often open doors others don't dare to knock on. If you keep following those silent rules, you'll stay stuck in the comfort zone of average. You'll only talk to easy people, solve small problems, close just sufficient deals. Meanwhile, real decision makers are being contacted by someone else. You're not slow because you lack ability. You're slow because you haven't stepped out of your mental shell. And the longer you stay there, the more you believe that's where you belong. That's the most dangerous limit, the one you place on yourself. Real-world solution: do one beyond your limit action every week. Call someone in a high position. Send a bold proposal. Invite a big client to a free consultation. Write an email you've never dared to send. Don't wait to feel confident. Let action build your confidence. Actions that break the old pattern will trigger new responses, and those responses open new playing fields. Once you've developed the courage to challenge your own limits, you'll need one final weapon, a system for continuous skill growth. Next, build a loop of learning, practicing, optimizing to grow without ceiling. Strategy 8. Learn continuously, practice continuously, adjust continuously. To accelerate in sales, you can't just act, you must learn and refine. Action without analysis builds repetitive habits. Newbies often think they need to grind more, but really, they need to think better. If you make the same 100 mistakes without adjusting, you're programming failure into yourself. On the other hand, if every day you learn a small skill, apply it once, and gather feedback, you're building sustainable growth. Top performers don't do things drastically differently, they just learn and optimize more effectively than you. If you don't learn from experience, you'll fall behind no matter how hard you work. You may think you're improving, but in reality, you're just repeating old behavior patterns. That's why after a few months, some new people surge ahead while others stagnate. It's not due to effort, they just didn't adjust. It's not about lacking skill, it's about lacking the ability to evaluate and refine. Every meeting, every call is a real-world lesson. Skipping that learning is like throwing away your most valuable resource. Effective solution. Create a 7-day learning cycle. Each week, choose one skill to deepen, like handling objections, building trust quickly, or strategic questioning. Spend 1 to 2 hours learning it. Then apply it in real conversations at least 3 times that week. Record results. Note strengths and areas to improve. Then tweak and try again. The material you need isn't all in books, it's in your own sales experiences. When you set up a learn, practice, adjust system, your growth becomes unstoppable. And now, one final weapon remains: the mindset to keep going no matter the rejection. Strategy 9. SW3N, keep going, don't look back. 1. SW3N. When rejection is no longer failure, some will, some won't. So what? Next. This isn't just a slogan, it's the iron mindset of resilient salespeople. You'll be rejected, ghosted, or shut down, but you keep going. Newbies often mistake rejection for personal failure. In truth, it's just the market responding. Rejection helps filter out the right prospects. It doesn't define your worth. The more consistently you engage, the faster you find your real customers. What you need is not approval. It's unstoppable momentum. 2. Rejection doesn't pull you down. You do that to yourself. When you let one no dictate your feelings, you start holding back. Your voice becomes timid. Your eyes lose spark. Your actions turn cautious. Customers sense your hesitation, and they respond with doubt. A downward spiral begins, sapping your energy. You do less, doubt more, and slowly lose your shot. This trap pushes many out of sales, even if they had great potential. What kills a salesperson isn't rejection, it's how they react to it. 3. Turn rejection into a performance metric, not a burden. The fix is simple. Reframe your mindset by tracking how many rejections you get. Each rejection is proof you're taking initiative. Set a goal, 10 rejections per week. After each one, write down what you learned. Share with teammates. Turn rejection into shared wisdom. Every morning, remind yourself, I don't need everyone to say yes, just the right ones. SW3N doesn't make you numb, it makes you unshakable. You don't win by avoiding pain, you win by turning pain into power. Conclusion. And finally, if you're still hesitating, fearing mistakes, waiting to be good enough before you start, wake up. In sales, perfection kills speed. The winner isn't the best, it's the one who dares to act, dares to be rejected, and dares to enter the room with the swagger of someone who fears nothing. You don't need more reasons, you need results. Don't just play not to lose, play to dominate. Do what average salespeople don't dare to do. Be disliked, be rejected, Be kicked out because with each one, you get closer to the top. And if you still crave safety, step aside for the real warriors. This is the arena for those who dare to set themselves on fire to shine. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.